She didn't delay and was soon home. However...
Julia!
Don't interrupt. I've nearly finished the chapter.
But there are no pictures or conversations. What is the use of a book without pictures or conversations?
Oh, Alice, dear, do try to attend just a little while longer. There are only a few pages left to read. Let's try and finish them before tea time, shall we? Good. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. She didn't delay and was soon home. However, when she reached home, her next-door neighbour was playing on the lawn with her pet white rabbit. And so...
Oh dear, dear me, just look at the hour, the time, the date. Oh dear, dear me, is that the right time? I should be too late.
Please, Mr. Rabbit, wait a moment, please.
Oh dear, dear me, just look at the hour, the time, the date. Oh dear, dear me, is that the right time? I should be too late, be too late, be too late.
Please, Mr. Rabbit, don't go. Come back, please. I cannot see anything below me, and there's nothing but a small path of light disappearing right above me. And yet all around there can be found many pictures on pegs and cupboards with legs. There's thousands of books that you can see. Now here's a jar labelled orange marmalade. Better place it quickly back or I'll kill someone down there, I'm afraid. After such a fall, I can't recall. Is it 4,000 miles straight down from our house? I wonder what people are like in Adelaide.
Oh, oh, Alice, are you making a great mistake? Oh, oh, Alice, you must be only half away. Oh, oh, Alice, are you making a great mistake? Oh, oh, Alice, you must be only half away.
I wish that Dinah, my cat, was with me, or she'll miss me much tonight when she looks for her bowl of milk at tea. Now do cats see bats, or bats see cats? In my dreams and slumber these things, I wonder, will Dinah be having bats or bees?
Oh, oh, Alice, are you making a great mistake? Oh, oh, Alice, you must be only half away. Oh, oh, Alice, are you making a great mistake? Oh, oh, Alice, you must be only half away. Oh, oh, Alice, are you making a great mistake? Make a mistake. Oh, Alice, you must be only half away. Oh, oh, Alice, are you making a great mistake? Make a mistake. Oh, oh, Alice, you must be only half away. Only half awake, awake.
Oh, now where can I be? And what's happened to the white rabbit?
Oh, my ears and whiskers. How late it's getting.
There he is. Oh, now what shall I do?
Oh, do you mind?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise.
Oi, get your hands from my head, will ya? Very sensitive it is. Gets bruised very easily.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
It's no use trying to open me either. I'm locked too.
But don't any of you open.
Afraid not. Strict orders of the Queen.
But then how am I to get out of here? Won't you help me? Please?
Try the table. Shut your key, will ya? But shut it.
Table? Table? Ah, table. And a key? I wonder whether it fits any of the doors. Oh, it's no use. I've tried them all. Except this one. I wonder... Yes. Oh, what a lovely garden. Such beautiful flowers, cool fountains. But how can I get there when I couldn't even get my head through the door, let alone my shoulders? What use would a head be without any shoulders? Oh, how I wish I could shut up like a telescope. I think I could, if only I knew how to begin. Oh well, I'd better put the key back on the table. A bottle! Now that certainly wasn't here a minute ago. It's marked, drink me. Drink me indeed. I'd better look first to see if it's marked poison or not. For if a bottle is marked poison and you drink from it, it's almost certain to disagree with you sooner or later. No, it's not. Well, here goes. Cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee, and hot buttered toast. Oh, what a curious feeling. I must have shut up like a telescope. Now I can go through into the lovely garden. Oh no, it's still locked, and the key is still on the table up there. Oh. Now come, Alice. There's no use in crying like that. I advise you to leave off this minute. And anyway, there's a very nice looking cake with the words, "Eat me," made out of currants on top. But that's strange. I don't remember that being there either. Well, I'll eat it anyway. If it makes me larger, I'll be able to reach the key. And if it makes me smaller, I'll be able to creep under the door. So either way I can get into the garden. I don't care which happens. I'm sure I haven't got a clue. How on earth will I see, let alone try to reach? But of course you can paddle whilst I'm lying on the beach. I can say goodbye to my feet. How can I let them know? ought to be ashamed of yourself. A great big girl like you to go on crying in this way. Stop this moment, I tell you.
Oh dear, dear me, just look at the hour, the time, the date. Oh dear, dear me, the Queen will be savage if I've made her wait. I should be too late, I should be too late.
Please, Mr. Rabbit.
Ah!
Dear, dear, how strange everything is today. And yesterday things went on just as usual. I wonder if I've been changed in the night. Let me think. Was I the same when I got up this morning? I almost think I can remember feeling a little different. But if I'm changed, the next question is, who in the world am I? I'm sure I can't be Ada, for her hair goes in such long ringlets, and mine doesn't go in ringlets at all. And I'm sure I can't be Mabel, for I know all sorts of things, and she knows such a very little. Besides, she's she, and I'm I. And oh, how puzzling it all is. I know. I'll try to see if I know all the things I used to know. Let me see. 4 times 5 is 12. 4 times 6 is 13. 4 times 7 is... Oh, I shall never get to 20 at that rate. Let's try geography. London is the capital of Paris. Paris is the capital of Rome. No, that's all wrong, I'm certain. I must be changed for Mabel after all. I'll have to live in that poky little house and have next to no toys. No, ever so many lessons to learn. No, I've made up my mind. If I'm Mabel, I'm staying down here. Now, how can I have done that? I must have grown small again. The fan! Whoa! Now this can't be the sea. I suppose it must be the pool of tears I've just cried. Oh, I wish I hadn't cried so much. Do you mind? Mr. Mouse, do you know the way out of this pool? Perhaps it's a French mouse. Come over with William the Conqueror. Let me see. Où est ma chatte?
Ah!
Oh, I'm sorry, but it's the first lesson in my French book, and I quite forgot you didn't like cats.
Not like cats? Would you like cats if you were me?
Well, perhaps not. But don't be angry about it. And yet I wish I could show you our cat Dinah. She's such a quiet little cat, and she sits purring so nicely by the fire, and she's so good at catching mice.
Ah!
Oh, I'm sorry. We won't talk about her anymore if you'd rather not.
We indeed. As if I would talk on such a subject. Our family has always hated cats. Nasty, low, vulgar things. Don't let me hear the name again.
I won't indeed. Are you fond of dogs? There's a lovely dog near our house. He's worth £100, you know. His owner said it's so useful on the farm. He kills all the rats, you see.
Ah!
Oh, I'm sorry. We won't talk about cats or dogs either if you'd rather not.
Good day for a swim, what? Only if you can. Can't you give me a hand?
I would, if I had one.
Now I know they're saying comes from as thick as a dodo.
Oh, just you wait. We won't be going heap of feathers.
Change that to as dead as a dodo.
I think we'll be better going to the shore. And I'll tell you my history. Then perhaps you'll understand why it is I hate cats and dogs.
Oh yes, let's. I'm getting slightly wet here.
Perhaps I should lead the way. Follow me.
Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down and listen to me. I'll tell you it's how to make you dry, so silence if you please. Now William the Conqueror, whose cause was favoured by the Pope, was soon submitted to by the English. They want to lead it in their scope. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down and listen to me. I'll tell you it's how to make you dry, so silence if you please. Now Edwin and Morcar, to nothing else of dignity, they soon decided to join the ranks of William's growing army.
I don't see what this has got to do with getting dry.
Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down and listen to me.
No, you sit down, I've had enough. Let's try things differently. Now, in my opinion, we need a different remedy. A caucus, this is what I propose. Any objections, if you please?
What is a caucus race?
Oh, the best way to explain it is to do it.
Stand up, sit down, draw a circle and run around. You stop when you like, there is no gun, don't sit there on the ground. Stand up, sit down, draw a circle and run around. You stop when you like, there is no gun, don't sit there on the ground. Stand up, sit down, draw a circle and run around. You stop when you like, there is no gun, don't sit there on the ground.
Stop, the race is over.
But who has won?
Everyone has won and all must have prizes.
But who is to give the prizes?
Why, she of course.
Wait, here.
But you must have a prize herself, you know.
Of course. What else have you got in your pocket?
Only a thimble.
Then hand it over here. We beg your acceptance of this elegant thimble.
You promised to tell me your history, you know, and why it is you hate a C and D.
Mine is a long and sad tale.
It certainly is a long tale, but why'd you call it so sad?
Fury and the Mouse. Fury said to the mouse that he met in the house. Let us both go to the law. I will prosecute you. Come, I'll take no denial. We must have a trial, for really this morning I've nothing to do. Said the mouse to the cur, such a trial, dear sir, with no jury or judge, would be wasting our breath. I'll be judge, I'll be jury, said cunning old Fury. I'll try the whole cause and condemn you to death. You're not attending. What are you thinking of?
Oh, I beg your pardon. You had got to the fifth bend, I think.
I had not.
A knot. Oh, do let me help you to undo it.
I should do nothing of the sort. You insult me by taking such nonsense. I'm going.
Oh, Master, please come back. Well, you're so easily offended, you know. Oh, please come back and finish your story.
Yes, please do.
Ah, my dear, let that be a lesson to you to never lose your temper.
Shut up, Mum. You're enough to drive the patience of an oyster. Ow!
Oh, I wish I had our Dinah here. She'd soon fetch it back.
And who is Dinah, may I venture to ask?
Dinah's our cat. She's so good at catching mice. And I wish you could see her after the birds. Why, she'll eat a little bird as soon as look at it. Oh, please come back. Oh, I wish I hadn't mentioned Dinah.
I wonder why I could have dropped them. Marianne! What are you doing out here? You went home this moment to fetch me a new pair of gloves and a fan. Go!
Yes, of course, at once. I'd better go inside and find the fan and gloves before the real Marianne arrives. How strange it seems to be, going messages for a rabbit. I suppose Dinah will be sending me on messages next. Miss Alice, come here directly and get ready for your walk. Oh, how wonderful! Another little bottle, but no label. Well, I suppose it can't hurt. An know something interesting is going to happen, for whenever I eat or drink anything at the moment, it invariably does. I do hope it will make me grow larger, for I'm quite tired of being such a tiny little thing. Whoa! That's quite enough! Oh, I wish I hadn't shrunk so much. There's not enough room for me in this tiny little house. One arm out of the window, 1 foot up the chimney. Oh. I'm here alone inside the room. Whatever will become of me. First I'm small and then I'm tall. Whichever size I want to be. No one will be friends. Someone such as me. When they can't see my face, because I'm 10 feet 3. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. How anyone can say, I don't know. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. Each hour, each day, it can't be so. The rabbit hole is far behind. I wish I hadn't gone down it. It's good for some when orders come from passing mice and rabbits. But it's rather strange, this curious sort of life. I wish I was back home, where normal things are right. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. How anyone can say, I don't know. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. Each hour, each day, it can't be so. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. How anyone can say, I don't know. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. Each hour, each day, it can't be so. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. How anyone can say, I don't know. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. Each hour, each day, it can't be so. Oh, it can't be. It must be a dream.
Marianne! Marianne! Fetch my gloves this moment. funny. I don't remember locking it. They'll have to go round, get at the window.
That you won't.
Ah! Pat? Pat? Where are you?
Oh, darling. I'm here. Digging for apples, Your Honour.
Digging for apples, indeed. Here, come help me out of this. Now, tell me, Pat, what is that in the window?
Turtle. 'Tis not, Your Honour.
An arm, you goose. Never saw one that size.
What are we sure? I'm a mouse, Your Honour.
Yes, yes. I know, but it's so big. Well, it fills the whole window.
Are we sure? It does, but it's an arm for all that, Your Honour.
Well, it's got no business being there at any rate. Go take it away.
Are we sure? I don't like it. I don't like it at all, at all, at all.
Do as I tell you, you coward.
I'm sure I'm not going to let them take my arm away. Indeed, I will not.
Ah!
I wonder what they'll do next.
Help!
What's all the commotion? What's happening? Fetch a ladder! I've got one. Well, we need two. I've only got one.
Bill's got the other.
I've got the other what? Ladder. Oh, yes. Here we are. Where's the other one? Bill's got it. Come on, Bill. Quiet! Who's going down the chimney? No, I won't. Critical, you're the finished. What?
Right, that's settled then. Up you go and down you go.
To be sure, how can you up and down at the same time, Your Honour?
Simple. You go up the roof and down the chimney.
To be sure, I still don't get it. Geronimo! Who do you think he is?
One small kick, but he seems to have gone a long way. I don't think they'll try that again.
Hold up his head.
Give him some brandy! What happened to you? Yes, tell us about it, Bill.
Well, I hardly know. I'm a deal flustered to tell you. All I know is something comes to me like a jack in the box, and up I go like a skyrocket.
See, did old fellow?
Quick, we must burn the house down. Fetch wood and kindling.
If you do, I'll set dino at you.
Fetch a barrel full of stones. They'll soon move it.
Ow! That hurts! Oh, how strange! The stones! They're turning into little fairy cakes. Now then, if I eat one of these, it's sure to make some change in my size. And as it can't possibly make me any larger, it must make me smaller, I suppose. Well, here goes. They're lovely. Scrumptious. Can I get through the door, I wonder? Yes!
There it is! Chase it!
thing I've got to do is grow back to my right size. And the second thing is to find my way into that lovely garden. I suppose that's the best plan. But where do I start? What am I going to do?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. You startled me.
Who are you?
Well, I hardly know just at present. At least I know who I was when I got up this morning, but I must have changed several times since then.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I can't explain myself, because I'm not myself, you see.
I don't see.
Well, perhaps you haven't found it so yet, but when you have to turn into a chrysalis, you will someday, you know, and then into a butterfly, you're bound to find it a little strange, aren't you?
Not a bit.
Well, perhaps your feelings may be different. All I know is it would feel very strange to me.
You, who are you?
I think you ought to tell me who you are first.
Why?
Why? Oh, I give up.
Wait. I've something important to say. Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No. So, you think you're changed?
I'm afraid I am. I can't remember things as I used to, and I can't stay the same size for 10 minutes together.
Can't remember what things?
Well, I've tried my times tables, but they came out all different.
Let's try a little experiment. Repeat. You are old Father William.
You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white. And yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right? In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why do it again and again?
No, that's not at all right. Listen. You are old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and have grown most uncommonly fat. Yet you turned a back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the reason for that? In my youth, said the sage as he shook his grey locks, I kept all my limbs very supple. By the use of this ointment, 1 shilling the box. Allow me to sell you a couple.
Oh, I see what you mean. But I'm sure it's the same as I knew anyway. You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet you finished the goose with the bones and the beak. Pray, how did you manage to do it?
In my youth, said the father, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife. And the muscular strength which it gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life. It is still not totally correct.
Not quite. Some of the words have got altered.
You are old, said the youth, one would hardly suppose that your eye was as steady as ever. Yet you balanced an ill on the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever? I have answered 3 questions and that is enough. Said his father, don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off or I'll kick you downstairs. size do you want to be?
Well, I'm not particular as to size. Only one doesn't like changing so often, you know.
I don't know. Are you content now?
Well, I should like to be a little larger. For being only 3 inches tall is such a wretched height to be.
It is a very good height to be. I am exactly 3 inches tall.
I'm sorry, but I'm not used to it.
You'll get used to it in time. Your solution is easy. One side will make you grow taller, the other shorter.
One side of what?
Of the mushroom. Good day.
And now which is which? I'll try some from the right hand first. Whoa! I better quickly try some from the other hand. That's better. It's half my plan done now.
An invitation for the Duchess from the Queen to play croquet.
From the Queen, an invitation for the Duchess to play croquet.
Hello? Anybody home?
There's no sort of use in your knocking, and that for 2 reasons. First, I'm on the same side of the door as you are. Secondly, they're making such a noise inside, no one could possibly hear you.
But then how am I to get in?
There might be some sort of sense in your knocking if we had a door between us. For instance, if you were inside, you might knock and I could let you out.
It's no use, he's obviously not listening to me. Well, it's open anyway. Oh, I'm sure there's too much pepper in that soup. Would you tell me why your cat is always grinning?
It's a Cheshire cat, and that's why, Pig.
I didn't know that Cheshire cats could grin. In fact, I didn't know that cats could grin.
They all can, and most of them do.
I don't know of any that do.
You don't know much, and that's a fact. More pepper?
Would you please mind what you are doing?
You know, if everyone minded their own business, the world would go round a great deal faster than it already does.
And that would not be an advantage. Just think of all the work with the day and the night. You see, the world takes 24 hours to go round on its axis.
And talking of axes, chop off their head.
24 hours? Or is it 12?
Oh, don't bother me. I never could abide figures.
Speak roughly to your little boy and beat him when he sneezes. He only does it to annoy because he knows it teases. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. I speak civilly to my boy. I beat him when he sneezes, for he can thoroughly enjoy the pepper when he pleases. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Here, you may nurse him for a while if you like. But I must go and get ready to play croquet with the Queen.
Oh, a pig! What an ugly child it would have made. But I'm sure it's a very handsome pig. Yes, I'm sure it would be. Oh, Cheshire Puss, would you tell me which way I should go from here?
That depends a good deal on where you want to get to.
Well, I don't much care where,
Then it doesn't matter which way you go.
so long as I get somewhere.
Oh, you're sure to do that, so long as you walk long enough.
What sort of people live around here?
Well, in that direction lives the Hatter. And in that direction lives the March Hare. Visit either you like. They're both mad.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. I'm mad. You're mad.
How do you know I'm mad?
Well, to start with, a dog's not mad. You grant that?
I suppose so.
Well, you see, when a dog's angry, he growls, and when a dog's happy, he wags his tail. But when I'm angry, I wag my tail, and when I'm happy, I growl. Therefore, I'm mad.
I call it purring, not growling.
Call it whatever you like. Should we be playing croquet with the Queen today?
I'd like to very much, but I'm not sure I've been invited.
You'll see me there.
But
By the by, what became of the baby? I'd almost forgotten to ask.
it turned into a pig.
I thought it would.
Now where shall I go? I've seen hatters before, so I suppose the March Hare will be the most interesting. And as it's not March, it shouldn't be so raving mad.
Did you say pig or fig?
I said pig, and would you stop disappearing and reappearing like that? You're making me feel quite giddy.
All right.
Well, that's most curious. I'd better go and see the March Hare. There's plenty of room.
More wine, more
I
wine.
don't see any wine. But there's plenty of room.
More wine, more
I
wine.
don't see any wine.
You're invited, well don't get too excited. There isn't any wine for you to drink. If you think that I'm not civil, then answer me this riddle. Why does an elephant paint his toenails pink?
I don't know.
So you can hide in the cherry trees.
Sit down, won't you please sit down?
Morty, Morty, oh let's drink tea.
Sit down, won't you please sit down?
Morty, Morty, oh let's drink tea.
Or your hair, it needs cutting, your ears should get a looking. They take up so much room upon your face. Oh, won't you lend me a watch, please? I'd like to make some cream cheese from the butter that you store inside its case. What day of the month, what year, what year? Oh, don't just tell the year, what month, what day of the month, what year, oh, don't just tell the year.
Oh, the dormouse is sleeping, his head's among the tea things. I'm sure it must be time to wake him up.
If you pour a little tea, sir, enough to wet his neck fur, he'll soon continue drinking from his cup.
Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. Up above the world you fly, like a tea tray in the sky.
I think I need a new cup. Move up. Move up, won't you please move up, clean plate, clean cup. I need a cleaner cup. Move up, won't you please move up, clean plate, clean cup. I need a cleaner cup.
Don't you ever wash anything?
Oh no, it's always tea time, as it's always 6 o'clock. By my watch, no time for washing up.
Let me tell you a story, a simple tale not gory. 3 sisters, they were living down a well. Living on a diet of treacle like ordinary people. That's all now at this moment I can tell. Sit.
1 month, please move up, clean plate, clean cup. I need a cleaner cup. Move up, won't you please move up, clean plate, clean cup. I need a cleaner cup. Move up, won't you please move up, clean plate, clean cup. I need a cleaner cup. Move up, won't you please move up, clean plate, clean cup. I need a cleaner cup.
Stop it! You're all mad, and I think I'd better go now. Well, I never did. Surely they can't be real. but it's rather strange. This curious sort of life. I wish I was back home, where normal things are right.
Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. How anyone can say, I don't know. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. Each hour, each day, it can't be so. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. How anyone can say, I don't know. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. Each hour, each day, it can't be so.
Oh, it can't be, it must be a dream.
Croquet with the queen. Your flamingo must be clean, or you'll be the laughing stock as your hedgehogs run amok. The fairy English game is not quite the same. What does summer have to do when you find a reason to play a game of croquet? Spending game, I must say, would be made July and August or in June. Croquet with the queen. Your flamingo must be clean, or you'll be the laughing stock as your hedgehogs run amok. Searching for a moon and 40 meters. Necessary scene, he can't be with the queen. He might have said instead of the queen who shot her head off. It's quite a strange thing that you have seen. Croquet with the queen. Your flamingo must be clean, or you'll be the laughing stock as your hedgehogs run amok. Croquet with the queen. Your flamingo must be clean, or you'll be the laughing stock as your hedgehogs run amok. Croquet with the
Watch out now, Clive. Don't go splashing paint over me like that. But I couldn't help it. 7 jogged me elbow.
That's right, 5. Always lay the blame on others.
You better not talk. I heard it was only yesterday you deserve to be beheaded.
What for?
None of your business too. Oh yes, it is his business, and I'll tell him what for. Bringing the cooked tulip roots instead of onions. Well, of all the unjust things. Well, I do beg your most gracious pardon. He's creeping again. No, I am not. Yeah, he is. Ask him what he wants. He's bound to want something.
I know what he wants. He wants to pick
Excuse me? Would you tell me why you are painting those roses?
Well, the practitioner see, miss. This rose tree here was meant to be a red rose tree. We planted a white one by mistake. And if the Queen was to find out, we'd all have our heads cut off, you know. So I'll try my best before she comes to the Queen! The Queen!
Your Majesty.
And who are these?
How should I know? They're no business of mine.
Right! Off with her head!
Nonsense.
Consider, my dear, she's only a child.
Turn them over.
What?
The card, stupid!
Oh.
Get up!
I am.
Not you thickhead, then! And leave off that you're making me giddy! What have you been doing here?
May it please your Majesty, we were trying to...
I say, off with their heads! Are their heads gone?
Oh yes, their heads are gone, your Majesty.
Good. Can you play croquet?
Yes, but I'm not sure I understand your rules.
Nonsense! Come on, you'll soon pick it up. It's a very fine day.
Very. Where's the Duchess?
Shh! She's under a sentence of execution.
What for?
She boxed the Queen's ears. Shh! The Queen will hear you. You see, she came rather late, and the Queen said,
Get to your places! Stop! Stop! You there, stop! Off with his head!
I'm not sure I want to stay here. I'm about the only person that hasn't had an argument of some sort with the Queen. And what would become of me if I did? They're dreadfully fond of beheading people around here. It's a great wonder there's anyone left.
How are you getting on? Have you played yet?
Not really. I don't seem to understand the rules. If they have any, that is. It's not at all like the game I learnt.
And how do you like the Queen?
Not very much. She seems so extremely...
Who are you talking to?
Oh, a friend of mine, the Cheshire Cat. Allow me to introduce it to you.
I don't like the look of it at all. However, it may kiss my hand if it likes.
I'd rather not.
Don't be impertinent, and don't look at me like that.
Cat make look at a king. I've read that somewhere in a book.
Well, it must be removed. Griselda, my dear, I wish you would have this head. I mean this cat removed.
Off with his head!
I'll fetch the executioner myself. Executioner! Executioner!
Did somebody want me?
Yes, if you please, Mr. Executioner. Off with his head!
Oh, I think I'm going to have to get me some assistance. My chopper has been well overworked today. I'm not sure if I can cope with any more.
I'll stop blathering you, and get on with it!
It's my leg, you know. It hasn't been the same since the operation. Have you seen the way I walk?
Well, I could detect a bit of a limp.
Oh.
I think that's quite enough of this tittle-tattle. Executioner, off with
with its head?
Oh, there might be a little difficulty there. For how can I possibly chop it off if I'm not sure from what I should chop it?
Do you need me to lend you a hand?
Oh.
Stupid idiot! Anything with a head can surely be beheaded.
Ah, but what about the head of a bed? No, you can't behead that. Now, I find that a little queer.
What a stupid example. Help me, my dear.
If you don't stop arguing, I'll have you all executed, and I'll do it myself.
But my friend the Cheshire Cat belongs to the Duchess. I think you ought to ask her about that.
She's in prison. Fetch her here.
I think I'd better go.
I'm going. Oh, why is it I'm always the one who gets a little behind?
Alice, I may speak to you later.
Where did he go? Boris? Where are you, Boris?
Coming, my dear, we've got the Duchess now.
It's done, you fool! You let us escape! Out with our heads!
You can't think how glad I am to see you again, you dear old thing.
When you are wrong and your argument's faultless, someone is there protecting your life. Love is the key, it protects you from danger. Love makes the world go round in your life. Life is full of morals, you must look before you leap. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, and a rolling stone gathers no moss. When you are wrong and your argument's faultless, something is there picking your bones. The moral of this is when you're feeling quite helpless, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Life is full of morals, you must look before you leap. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, and a rolling stone gathers no moss. Life is full of morals, you must look before you leap. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, and a rolling stone gathers no moss.
Why do you talk so much of morals?
Well, you see, they're what make the world go round.
But you said that was if everybody minded their own business, and that love was what made the world go round. And now I'm confused.
Oh, there's no need to be. You see, to be confused, well, it's just another moral.
What are you doing here?
Oh, a fine day, Your Majesty. I was just having...
Now, I give you a fair warning. Either you or your head must be cut off. And that's in about half no time. Take your choice.
Okay.
Come, Alice, let's continue with the game.
I'm not really sure I understand your
On
rule.
second thoughts, have you seen the mock turtle yet?
I don't even know what a mock turtle is.
Is that thing that mock turtle soup is made from?
I never saw of one or heard of one.
Then I shall take it to him, and he shall tell you his history. Get up, you lazy thing! And take this young lady to see the mock turtle, and to hear his history. I must go quickly back to the palace and see after some executions I've ordered.
What fun!
What is the fun?
Oh, why, she. It's all her fancy, that. They never executes nobody, you know. Come on.
What is his sorrow?
Oh, it's all his fancy, that. He hasn't got no sorrow, you know. Excuse me, but this here young lady, she'd like to know your history, she do.
Ah, sit down, I'll tell her. And don't speak a word till I've finished.
How can he finish if he doesn't even begin?
Once I was a real turtle. Way back into my childhood, we went each day to school. Our school was on the seabed, not far from a rock pool. And our teacher we called Mr. Tortoise, 'cause he taught us not to break any rules. My father was a poor man. He hadn't got a sou. So all those extra subjects, like French, I couldn't do. So I found that I had to take just the normal course. Reeling and writhing I knew. But after that there came all sorts of maths and other very varied sorts of tasks. There was ambition and distraction, uglification and derision. And you should have seen our grief and laughing class. 10 hours a day on Monday, we worked our lessons through. 9 hours we worked on Tuesday, then 8, then 7, the next 2. 'Cause you see, that is why all our lessons are so called. The more the less you do, till the 10th day, when the next day is a holiday.
How did you manage on the 12th day?
Oh, well, you...
Oh, that's enough about lessons. Tell us something about the games now.
Ah, the games. Well, you may not have lived much under the ocean, so perhaps you've never been introduced to a lobster, so you can have no idea what a delightful thing a lobster quadrille is.
No, indeed. What sort of a dance is it?
Why? First you form a line along the seashore.
No, it's 2 lines, seals and turtles, and then when you've cleared all the jellyfish out of the way,
That generally takes more time.
you advance twice.
Each with a lobster as a partner.
Of course, advance twice, sets of partners.
Change lobsters and retire in the same order.
And then you throw the
lobsters.
Of course, the lobsters, as far out to sea as you can.
Swim after them.
Then you turn a somersault in the sea.
Change lobsters again.
Then back to land, and that's the first figure.
It must be a very pretty dance.
Would you like to see a little of it?
Very much indeed.
We can do the first figure without the lobsters, you know. Oh, will you walk a little faster, said a wine to a snail. There's a porpoise close behind us and he's treading on my tail. See how wiggly the turtles and the lobsters all have fans. They are waiting on the shingle, will you come and join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, will you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you join the dance?
You can really have no notion how delightful it will be when they take us up and throw us with the lobsters out to sea. But the star replied too far, and gave a look askance. Said he thanked the wine kindly, but he wouldn't join the dance.
Would not, could not, would not, could not, would not join the dance. Would not, could not, would not, could not, would not join the dance. What matters is how far we go, his scaly friend replied. There is another shore, you know, upon the other side. Further off from England, the nearer is to France. The turn up hell below the snow, but come and join the dance. Will you, won't you, will you, won't you, will you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you join the dance? Will you, won't you, will you, won't you join the dance?
Thank you. It was a very interesting dance to watch, and I do so like the curious song about the whiting.
The whiting? You've seen them, of course.
Oh yes, I've often seen them at Din.
Well, I don't know where Din might be, but if you've seen them, you'll know what they're like.
Do you know why they're called whiting?
No, but I have a feeling you're going to tell me.
It does the boots and shoes.
Does the boots and shoes?
Why, what are your boots done with? I mean, what makes them so shiny?
They're done with blacking, I believe.
Well, boots and shoes under the sea are done with whiting. Now you know.
And what are they made of?
Why, soles and eels, of course. Any shrimp could have told you that.
If I was a curious whiting in the song, I would have said, keep back, please, we don't want you with us.
But they're obliged to have him with them. No fish would go anywhere without a purpose.
Don't you mean purpose?
I mean what I say.
What should we do now?
I think this young lady must tell her of her adventures.
Well, I would if I could, but so many strange things have happened to me today that I can't really recall. Or was it yesterday? Oh, really, I've had so many strange things happen to me today, I can't think where to begin. There was a corridor with the doors where I couldn't stop getting larger or smaller, the mouse with the long tail, the white rabbit's house, the duchess with the baby that turned into a pig, the really odd Mad Hatter's tea party. Oh, they were so cruel to that poor dormouse. Then I played a sort of croquet with hedgehogs and flamingos, and the Queen. Oh, she seemed to disagree with everyone, and...
The troll's getting! Oh dear, I'm late!
The trial is beginning. The trial is definitely beginning.
What trial is it?
Come on, let's see.
They'd hurry up and get on with the trial. Those tarts are making me quite hungry. What is the Cheshire? Just like come up.
Silence in court! Now, as you sit we are gathered here today to question the guilt of the accused. Once the Queen she made some songs and she filled them full of jam, but they disappeared that summer's day. Now who stole the time?
Jury, consider your verdict.
Not yet, Your Highness. There's a great deal to come before that.
Call the first witness.
First witness!
I do beg your pardon, Your Majesty, for bringing these in, but I hadn't quite finished my tea when I was sent for.
You ought to have finished. When did you begin?
14th of March, I think it was.
15th. 16th.
Jury, write that down. Take off your hat!
It isn't mine!
Stolen!
Terrible. That's got naughty now. That's true.
Yes, he could have done it.
Excuse me, but I've none of my own. I keep them to sell. I'm a hatter, you see.
Give your evidence, or I shall have you executed on the spot.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and,
Give
I'm
your evidence!
But you're making me so nervous!
Will you please give your evidence, or I shall have you executed whether you're nervous or not?
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and I hadn't begun my tea, not above a week or so, and what with the bread and butter getting so thin, and the twinkling of the tea.
The twinkling of the tea.
It began with the tea.
Of course twinkling begins with a T. Do you take me for a dunce? Go on.
Only the March Hare said...
I did not.
You did.
I deny everything.
He denies it. Leave out that part.
Which part, Your Majesty?
All of it.
And so the Dormouse said... Do you deny that?
Oh.
No, I don't think he does.
So what did the Dormouse say?
That I can't remember.
Oh, you must remember, or I shall have you executed.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty.
Yes, yes, yes. So you keep on saying.
But I am a poor man.
You're a very poor speaker.
If that's all you know about this business, then you may stand down.
But I can't go any lower. I'm on the floor as it is.
Then you may sit down.
I'd rather finish my tea.
Well, then you may go. Call the next witness.
The next witness, the Duchess's cook.
Silence in court.
Give your evidence.
Your Majesty must cross-examine this witness.
Well, if I must, I must. So what are the tarts made of?
Oh, peppermousse.
Call him out, man! Behead that man! Turn him out of the court!
Where's our witness gone? Oh, call the next witness. Really, my dear, I think you must cross-examine the next witness. It's quite makes more for egg.
The next witness, Miss Alice.
Proceed to the witness stand. Come. Now, what do you know about this business?
Nothing.
Nothing whatsoever?
Nothing whatsoever.
Jory, write that down. That's very important.
Unimportant, Your Majesty means, of course.
Shh. Yes, that's what I meant. Unimportant. No, import. Oh, consider your verdict.
Please be lenient on me.
Silence in court!
Wait, there's more evidence to come. This piece of paper's just been handed to me.
What is it?
Don't know, I haven't opened it yet. But it would seem there's a letter written by the prisoner to someone.
Ah, unless it was written to no one, which isn't usual, you know.
Who is it directed to?
It isn't directed at all. In fact, there's nothing written on the outside. It isn't a letter. It's a set of verses.
Is her writing that to the prisoner?
No, that's the strangest thing about it.
Ah, well, he must have copied it from someone else's hand.
Please, Your Majesty, you can't prove I wrote it. There's no name signed at the bottom.
But you wouldn't even remember your own name, even if you fell over it. You're such an idiot.
And if he didn't sign it, that only makes things worse, for he must have meant some mischief, else you would have signed it like an honest man.
Well, that proves his guilt.
It proves nothing of the sort.
Let the jury consider its verdict.
No, sentence first, verdict afterwards. Chop off his head!
What a load of nonsense. The idea of having the sentence first.
Hold your tongue!
I won't.
Off with her head!
Oh, who cares for you? You're nothing but a pack of cards. Wasn't thought through, and yet now I found I'm out of bounds. I'll be losing my head 'cause of what I just said. Oh, what in the world am I to do?
Oh, Alice, are you making a fatal mistake? Oh, Alice, you must be only half awake. Oh, Alice, are you making a fatal mistake? Oh, Alice, you must be only half awake.
Alice, come on, wake up. It's nearly tea time. What a long sleep you've had.
Oh, what a curious dream. Oh, I've been to a wonderful place, a wonderful land. That's it, Julia. I've been to Wonderland. A curious wonderland I've seen. I've dreamt a grand conclusion. Firstly small and then so tall, my size caused such confusion. Stuck inside a house, a peppered soup tureen, and still I can't explain the croquet with the queen.
Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. How anyone can say, I don't know. Oh, it must be a dream, some kind of fairy tale. Each hour, each day, it can't be so. Alice.